Following the ending of Brotherhood, Desmond Miles is in a comatose state after being forced to kill Lucy Stillman through the control of the first Civilization member, Juno. While Sean Hastings stays behind in Rome to attend Lucy's funeral, Rebecca Crane takes Desmond to New York, where she meets his father, William Miles. In an effort to save Desmond's life, they decide to put him back in the Animus, though this time in the machine's safe mode known as the Black Room. Awakening on Animus Island, the original Animus testing program, Desmond meets the consciousness of Clay Kaczmarek, a man better known as Subject 16 and the one who occupied Animus 1.0 before him. Clay explains that Desmond's mind is broken and the only way to repair it is through reliving his ancestors' memories until they're completely exhausted. At that point, the Animus should separate Desmond from Ezio and Altair, along with awakening Desmond from his coma in the present-day timeline. With the stage set, Desmond heads back in the Animus and takes on the role of Ezio Auditore once more. The journey begins 4 years after the death of Cesare Borgia, as Ezio travels to the former assassin's fortress in Masyaf to discover secrets Altair had previously discovered. Upon arriving, he finds Masyaf has been taken over by the Templars. Ezio manages to escape though and discovers the entrance to Altair's library. As it turns out, 5 disc-like keys are required to unlock the door, and they've been hidden in the city by Niccolo Polo. He also learns that the Templars have discovered one of them underneath the Ottoman Sultan's palace, while the rest lie hidden in Constantinople, the capital city of the Ottoman Empire. Ezio travels there and meets with Yusuf Tazim, leader of the Turkish assassin order. While out searching, Ezio befriends a woman called Sofia Sartor, a young Italian traveler and book collector whom he eventually falls in love with. With Sofia's help, Ezio discovers the locations of the remaining keys while keeping his feelings and position a secret from her. Meanwhile, Constantinople falls into chaos thanks to rising conflicts between Prince Ahmet and his brother Selim, who are feuding over who will inherit the Sultanate. Caught in the middle of this, Suleiman reveals to Ezio that he is an Ottoman prince, Selim's son, and suspects Templars are the root cause for this feud. Ezio confirms as much too, when he learns a man named Manuel Paleologos has Templar support and is raising an army to overthrow the Ottomans and re-establish the Byzantine Empire. Thankfully, Ezio kills Manuel before that can happen and recovers the final key. As all is revealed, it turns out Ahmet is the true mastermind of the Templar plot to open Altair's library. Ezio uses the keys in his possession to witness Altair's life after the events depicted in the first game. After killing his mentor Al-Mualim, Altair took possession of the Apple of Eden and became leader of the assassins. One of them though, a man named Abbas, rejected his leadership. When Altair and his wife Maria left to help fight the Mongol invasion, Abbas usurped his title and seized control of the assassins for himself. One of his commands came from executing Altair's youngest son, Sef. Upon learning this, Altair set out to gain revenge, but another assassin stabbed Maria in the back. With enemies all around him, Altair fled into exile with his elder son Darim for 20 years. Altair eventually returned though, killing Abbas and taking his rightful place as the leader. Years later, Altair encoded his memories onto those very same 5 keys that Ezio has found. Returning to Constantinople, Ezio discovers that Ahmet has killed Yusuf and kidnapped Sofia, demanding he hand over the 5 keys in exchange for saving her life. Ezio agrees, but immediately chases him down after securing Sofia's safety. Ezio recovers the keys, but before he can deal with Ahmet, Selim arrives and executes Ahmet himself, stating that their father made his choice. Thanks to Suleiman's endorsement, Selim spares Ezio but tells him to leave and never return. After completing this memory, the Animus begins to delete excess data it no longer needs, which includes Animus Island. With little choice and desperate to see Desmond complete his mission, Clay imprints his genetic memories onto Desmond before sacrificing himself to stop him being deleted by the Animus. After this present-day scene, we cut back to Ezio's memories. Ezio and Sofia return to Masyaf, where Ezio uses the keys to unlock Altair's library. Unfortunately, it's completely empty save for Altair's skeleton and a 6th key. As it turns out, the library was actually a vault to keep Altair's Apple of Eden safe. Through the key, Ezio learns that Altair had sealed himself inside to make sure the Templars never managed to take it for themselves. Ezio leaves the apple where it is, stating that he's seen enough for one life. He then turns around and talks directly to Desmond, not knowing exactly who he is, but knowing enough to realize he's watching. Ezio discards his weapons and decides to retire as an assassin, telling Desmond that he realizes that he is a conduit for a message. He sincerely hopes Desmond will be able to find answers to the questions he and Altair had worked so hard to uncover, and holds his arms out, as if to embrace Desmond. During this cutscene, we see Desmond doing the exact same action. Suddenly, Desmond is approached by Jupiter, another member of the first civilization and the third of these gods we've witnessed across the previous games. He explains that the first civilization had built numerous underground vaults in a bid to try and study methods to save the planet from destruction. All of the data they've collected over the years have been transmitted to a central vault, where the data is tested. Of course, given what we know about the first civilization, this obviously didn't work. Jupiter shows Desmond the location of this central vault, which shows it located somewhere in New York, and tells him that he must save the planet from that prophesied impending second solar flare. This, as we know, ties back into the end of Assassin's Creed 2, where we were first made aware of this incident. With a new mission, Desmond awakens from his coma and finds Rebecca, Sean, and William standing with him in New York City. While the central vault activates underground, Desmond tells them he knows what they must do as his arm glows blue, and the story is left open for the future sequels to come.